Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap on the Boomer Bust channel, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host Terry, and today I'm talking about the Bears mock draft game that I'm participating in. Stop right here. Let me clarify. Make sure you understand. Give you the disclaimer. I am not doing a mock draft. I do not do mock drafts. Do not expect mock drafts from me. Not something that I participate in. However, there is a website forum that I'm a part of that we do a annual mock draft game, and I am participating in it again this year, and I am representing the Chicago Bears with several other teams, but mainly Chicago Bears. And so it's full 7 rounds. We just kind of do a simulation. So we can do trades, but it is isolated to this year, so we don't trade next year or future picks. Sometimes we trade players, sometimes we don't. The rules change every year depending on who's running it, but for the most part, it's just usually picks for picks within this year. So those are kind of the setups. Is pretty simple. So we're 2 rounds deep, and I didn't know if people really cared about this or not. It's a fun exercise for me, but I just figured I'd kind of give an update, see if people, what people thought about it. And then, we can go from there. I can continue to update, if people want to hear it. So, like I said, we're 2 rounds deep. So with the first round, I ended up staying at number 8, not to lack of trying, but I stayed at number 8 and I got Tremaine Edmonds. One of the guys that a lot of people are excited about. So the way it worked out, the Colts at 6 took Quinn Nelson. And, by the way, I'll be the first to tell you, this will be the first place I'll tell you, I'm completely did a 180 on, Quinn Nelson's draft slot. Not that his talent has changed at all, but I just realized how ridiculous it is. We're talking about a guard at a top 5 spot. So even if he was available, I probably wouldn't have went there. But my number one goal is to trade back, just by the number of players that we could get that could really help the team and us not having a 3rd round pick, all that stuff. So I really want to trade back and get some capital. Now, the thing about the game I participate in is, of course, these are regular guys. So the draft value isn't the exact same. So, while there were quarterbacks on the board, people were not trying to move up. And this group tends to they don't like quarterbacks in general, and they tend to only like the same quarterbacks. So the quarterbacks that were on the board, people did not care about, and I could not get a trade off. Trust me, I tried so many different trades to try to trade back. But when the clock came down to it, and you get 24 hours to pick, and I darn near used them all trying to make a trade, I just couldn't get one. So I ended up taking Tremaine Edmonds, like I said. And we've talked about it before for all the reasons we talked about before. I really like his ability to, rush on the outside if we go with a bare front or if we, have 3rd and long. Also like his ability as a stack linebacker there. And, it really helps out because we really like Nick Kwiatkowski. And then why do I always blank on his name? If Danny Trevathan is healthy, we like those two. So, it's only a plus that we can get them both on the field and have Tremaine rushing off the edge at times when we want to play around with stuff. So that's why I ended up getting him. I would have liked to go back a little bit to get McGlinchey. That's really what I would have liked to do, but wasn't able to. And so in the 2nd round, I actually ended up making a trade. So I traded up from 39 to 37. And I gave up our 6th round pick. So I was trying to trade up higher than that, but just wasn't, feasible. Just because, the people or the person, taking control of, the Colts and the Browns, they kind of had an idea where they wanted to go, or at least the Browns, I'm sorry. And so ended up getting number 37 though. Moved up 2 spots, gave up the 6th round pick, and I got Will Hernandez, guard out of UTEP. So, I know at first some people are like, what? You traded up 2 spots, gave up a 6th round pick? We need draft capital. I mean, and I agree. I think there are some receivers that are going to be available in the 6th round, some sleeper type things that we might be able to pick up and take flyers with. But I don't think it's an absolute necessity that we get 6th round picks in here. Plus, it's Will Hernandez. So I definitely don't see this happening in the draft. But if it did, Will Hernandez presented himself, a guy that I grade within inches of Quinn Nelson. I just didn't want to chance the Bucks taking them. So I traded up and got, Will Hernandez. So after 2 rounds, we stand with, I think 2 young pieces that'll really give a boost to the defense and one that'll give a boost to the offense. As we talk about securing that interior, I know some people like Kush, some people don't like Kush, but the fact is having Kush come back healthy, having Hernandez, where you could start him at the left guard, and then, Whitehair, hopefully Kyle Long is healthy or whatever. We add depth, we add talent. I know we'll continue to build there. And then with Edmonds, like I said, exactly same thing. We add, depth and we add talent and versatility to our linebacking core. So that's where the Bears are at right now after 2 rounds. With me at the helm. So I know you guys got a lot of thoughts. So go to the comment section. Let me know if you even care, if you want to hear about this, but definitely tell me what you think about the picks and the moves that are made so far. I tried to trade back also in the 2nd round so I could get some 3rd round picks, but no, nobody was biting. So yeah, so I'll be continuing to look and to make moves. Suggest some moves. What should I do with the picks left? We got 2 4th rounders. Should I play around trying to get in the 3rd? Is there a guy you might want? If you want to know who's left on the board or all those good things, go to the comment section. Let me know. Thumbs up, subscribe, share it around. And remember, stay up and bear down.